I live in a neighborhood like there are many neighborhoods in Belgium, just like having a little house with a yard. And about 3 years ago, I see some moving around, and it's true the house next to us had been empty for some while, and I saw that there were actually new people coming to move in. So about 3 years ago on a Saturday around 2 p.m., yeah, 2 p.m., I remember well, the bell goes, the doorbell goes, and I open the door and I see a guy I don't know, and I'm like, hello. Hi, he says, my name is Henry. I say, hey Henry, I'm Jerko, and who are you? Well, I'm your new neighbor. Oh yes, I saw new people moved in. Welcome to the neighborhood. Well, thank you, he says. So we start chit-chatting a little bit, and he says, well, Jerko, I have a question for you. Could I maybe use your lawnmower? Sure, no problem. So we go and get the lawnmower, and about 2 hours later, Henry brings back the lawnmower, clean and perfect. About a week later, on a Saturday around 2 p.m., the bell goes. And I open the door, and who's there? It's Henry. I say, hey Henry, how was your first week here in the neighborhood? Oh, all fine. Now he says, I have a question. Last week you borrowed me your lawnmower. Can I use it again? Sure. So I give him the lawnmower. A week later, Saturday, 2 p.m., the bell goes. And I have a thought thinking, this can't be Henry. And of course, I open the door, and who's there? Henry. So I start laughing, and he says, well, apparently you're happy to see me. And I'm thinking, you have no idea. Anyway, he says, can I borrow your lawnmower again? Sure. Now, 3 years later, situation in my house. On Saturday around noon, tension starts to arise because we know that in about 2 hours, Henry will be there asking for my lawnmower like he has done for the past 3 years every Saturday. Recognize this? Those situations where you had to say something to somebody and you just kept on postponing it, and suddenly you're at a point of no return. Well, that's where we were at. Tension is there. I start screaming at my partner, who starts yelling at the kids, who start hitting the dogs, biting in the tails of the cats. It's really disaster. And this time I'm saying, I need to say something. I'm fed up. I'm there. It really needs to be said today. So the bell goes at 2 p.m. and I open the door, and my reaction is, oh, Henry. Oh, you come for the lawnmower. Of course, Henry. Well, you know where it is. Bye-bye. And I close the door, and I'm like, shit, why didn't I say anything? Recognize this? You know you should have said something, and you didn't dare to. What kind of behavior is that? Well, we call that sub-assertive behavior or running away behavior. Now there's another behavior I could use. Now, this time I'm like, really gonna say it. I'm fed up. I need to say and tell the truth. So I open the door when he bells. I'm like, how dare you? How dare you to use me, abuse me? Now, is that what neighbors are about? I never want to see you again. How dare you? Paf! And I close the door. Recognize that behavior? That's what we call aggressive behavior. Now there's another way of behaving. And I'm like, okay, this I'm going to tell him. And I'm really fed up. And the bell goes, I open the door, and I'm like, oh my God, Henry, you come for the lawnmower. I forgot to tell you, it's broken. Yeah, in the week, one of the kids used it, and it really fell apart. I'm so sorry. I'm really so sorry. You know, yeah, I mean, I know your wife won't be happy because she likes to have a really nice lawn, but don't you worry. The moment it's made, it's fixed, I'll come and tell you. Of course, for the next 3 months, I don't dare to use my lawnmower, because the moment I'm going to be using it, he's going to be in front of my door. And in the meantime, I'm sending all my family to all the different stores where they sell lawnmowers, and I'm actually encircling them with fluorescent markers, and I'm putting them at night in his mailbox, hoping that he will receive and get the hints. Recognize that behavior? That's what we call manipulative behavior. Now, besides running away behavior, aggressive behavior, and manipulative behavior, we also have assertive behavior. And that is something I really would like to explore with you in a personal training or coaching.